tell us a little bit about the reaction to getting the call up to England earlier this week and sort of what you feel like it means at this stage in your career.
I think for me, obviously, it was a kind of a surprise. They've just come off the back of the Olympics, a new coach has come in. I hadn't heard anything from the coach. Obviously, I knew there were camps coming up and I knew they're obviously going into this new cycle. And I think for me, since I got my first call up, a lot of people asked me kind of my ambitions with England, and I've just said that I want to focus on club football and hopefully international will take care of itself because of that. And I think, this is obviously a big opportunity for me, especially kind of being the first camp with a new manager, making a good first impression, so that's going to be huge for me.
From that first time when you were called up back in February to now, how do you feel like you're a different player or a better player having been in this league and environment?
Yeah, I think, like I said when I came to this league, one of the reasons was to kind of adapt my game and grow more as a player, and I think I've definitely done that in the 3 months I've been here. I've still got a lot more to do and a lot more to improve on, but I definitely think that I've grown more as a player since my first call up.
And so you said you haven't yet talked to the manager, like you don't really know what to expect when you go over there, whether you'll be in the squad or how many
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, I haven't spoken to the manager, but I've seen interviews and I've obviously saw her kind of statement when she announced the squad, and I think it's kind of huge for me that she's put her belief into quite a few young players. And I think obviously I said going in, it's a new coach, it's first impression for everyone, so I think if I go in there, do what I know I'm good at, and like I said, I think this is going to be good for me to show me where I'm at and where I need to get to.
And back here with racing, obviously the second week here with Mario, and you talked a lot about energy and all those sorts of things. What has this week of training been like after what was obviously an emotional last week?
Yeah, I think Mario's come in, he's done a good job. He's not tried to change too much, but he's also obviously changed the things that he's seen that he needs to change, kind of especially the philosophy. He's told us that he wants us to become a pressing team, and we're never going to kind of stray from that. So I think probably people saw in the game last week there was a lot more energy than what there used to be, and I think there was a lot more fight for each other. So I think going forward, we know there's 7 huge games for us, but we need to pick up points, but I think we believe in ourselves as a team that we can go and do that.
When you hear him say we're going to be a pressing team, obviously it means you're probably going to have to run a lot more, but at the same time it might lead to turnovers and getting the ball in their half of the field. Does that sort of excite you as a striker, the opportunities that might be there?
Yeah, definitely. I think obviously we know that means we're going to have to run a lot more, but I think if we're getting the rewards from that, winning the ball higher up and scoring goals from that, obviously it's going to be good for the whole team and especially us as forwards.
And going back to Orlando, I feel like this team has had a lot of 1-1 draws where you all get ahead and maybe concede. Is that something you all have talked about, results like that and what you had last weekend?
Yeah, definitely. It's something that we've spoken about, conceding late goals, maybe not even late goals, just conceding goals in moments where we probably shouldn't be conceding. I think we do well to go goals up in games, which we probably didn't do at the start of the season. So I think one thing we've spoken about is when we get that lead, kind of making the most of it, either to keep improving that, to get more and more goals, or if the team we're playing against is on top of us, just to sit back and try and defend that lead.
Yeah, what will you tell your England teammates if they ask you about playing in America?
I'll tell them it's a lot different, but it's definitely something that I'm glad I did, and I think I knew when I came it was going to be a challenge, but I think if I hadn't have done it when I did, I probably would never have done it. And yeah, I think it's going to improve me a lot as a player, which probably playing in Europe and England for like my whole career probably wouldn't have changed.